Dick Dale quotes, "There's a saying, if you want someone to love you." Dick Dale, American surf rock guitarist, 1937 to 2019. Don't forget subscribe. Every song is like a painting. There's a saying, if you want someone to love you forever, buy a dog, feed it, and keep it around. Kids don't see me as an oldies person when I go out on stage. They see me as an energy force. Surf music is actually just the sound of the waves played on a guitar. That wet, splashy sound. People just love the sound because I kept it simple. You know what the doctors call me? The cancer warrior. The kids called me king of the surf guitar. I surfed sunup to sundown. I blew amps like they were made of tissue paper. Once I blew out the sound system at Royal Albert Hall in London. Some guys record an album with songs that are filler. I recorded this album like it was my last. Hendrix was the bass player for Little Richard. We were both left-handed, but we would use a right-handed guitar held upside down and backwards. He developed my slides and my riffs. In fact, he used to say, and this is documented, I patterned my style after Dick Dale. Drums were my first instrument. My music is more native than intricate or technical. As a little kid, I had a girlfriend, and her boyfriend used to beat me up, so then I used to sing these songs, and that's what it's all about. Country music is all about your heart and your people and things like that. I don't claim to be a musician. I didn't go to Juilliard. I called it rockabilly because I was rocking the strums, which you're not supposed to do. I actually first picked up an ukulele before I picked up a guitar. I don't play pyrotechnic scales. I play about frustration, patience, anger. Music is an extension of my soul. My philosophy is the thicker the wood, the thicker the sound. The bigger the string, the bigger the sound. My smallest string is a 14 gauge. Guitar Player magazine says Dick Dale is the father of heavy metal, blowing up 48 amplifiers, creating the first power amplifier. Jimmy was a good guy till he got into drugs. That's the way it is. I just tell it like it is. I can play every instrument there is, every horn. I've played all the saxes and trumpets and everything and keyboards. I thought of Gene Krupa's drumming, his staccato drumming. I went and put Misirlou to that rhythm. You shouldn't even be writing this story if you haven't heard me play live. You can't write with the passion you receive until you see a Dick Dale concert. I always wanted a guitar. I always wanted to be a cowboy singer because I also listened to Hank Williams, and he would always sing these neat romantic songs. Surfers were the ones who named all my songs. They'd yell out the names, and we just kept him. I make my guitar scream with pain or pleasure or sensuality. It makes people move their feet and shake their bodies. That's what music does. I live like in the days of Daniel Boone, hauling water by hand. I used to have 2 Rolls-Royces. Now I got one. It's got 4 flat tires, the trunk is open, and a rat lives inside it. Nothing could capture the sound of Dick Dale. He was too loud. Every time I do an album, I say, that's the last one. People ask about love, real love. I was never in love. The people around me didn't love me. They were just along for the ride. I've been performing since 1955. I'm going to have to keep performing till I die, because I'm not going to die in some rocking chair with a big old beer belly. I make jokes because humor is the greatest healing factor that there is. I don't like to use the word fans. I call them Dick Dale music lovers. I enjoy living like a hermit, but I cannot live like a hermit. I do not play to musicians. I play to the people. When my guitar was growling, playing surf beat, you could hear it. You could feel it. My philosophy is that on a scale of 1 to 10, I will go to 15, no matter what. I try to read the audience, see what they're in the mood for. As I go out learning to surf, I feel the power of waves coming over my body. It's like you're with God. Music is nothing but a door opener to meet families and their children and the elderly. In the Shaolin Temple, they never allow you to touch the skin of a drum until you can tongue what you're going to play. I used to surf up in Ventura County at Silver Strand. Plus, I've played up there many times. The Musicians Hall of Fame is chosen by thousands of your peers, so it's the real thing. Little Richard, he'd say, "Oh, Dick Dale, you have luscious lips." When I first played the guitar without plugging it into an amplifier, the people at Fender were blown away. They couldn't believe the sound. I said, "See, gentlemen, the world is no longer flat." Thanks for watching. Don't forget subscribe.